Good morning. In this video I'm going to show the town of Waxhaw, North Carolina's first sculpture walk. And I created one of the sculptures, and I'm going to demonstrate how I made it, as well as show some different sculptures. This is a butterfly. It looks like just welded steel that's been polychromed or painted. Kind of a flower motif. There's the artist and the title. It's a foggy morning this morning. This is downtown Waxhaw. There's a park on the side of the street. It's very accessible. They have restrooms and facilities. There are stores, shops. Waxhaw has pretty much everything you can offer. It's outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, actually very close to Charlotte. You might consider Waxhaw a part of Charlotte, North Carolina, just a suburb. So here's a sculpture come up over here before we get to mine. Another steel sculpture. First glance it looks like maybe found objects, but it looks like actually he fabricated these. And it's obviously a sun and a moon. And that is the title. The Sun and Moon by Jeff Crane. He's a local artist who contacted me from Waxhaw. I always like to walk around a sculpture and see if there's a different view. It's kind of cool with the foggy background. Makes a cool framing of it. It's an autumn day here, so it's not usually that foggy. I'm going to walk to my sculpture here. There it is, the sun and the moon again. And these sculptures have been here about half a year already, and they're going to be here for one year. So the artist had to install the sculptures on these concrete pads, and I have videos of me working on this sculpture that I made here on the right, as well as installing it, how I anchored it there so it would be secure from theft or the wind. We've had storms here, we've had quite a bit. So I carved this out of red cedar, one big slab. It's 8 feet tall, and you can see back here how I mounted it. I have a granite base, and I have a wood base in the back that mounts into the back of it. And I have it anchored with 4 anchor bolts into this concrete slab, which was provided. So it needs a little bit of upkeep. Basically, I'm going to add a little wax to it. You can watch that video of how I clean it and maintain it. I'm going to do that actually in a separate video because I got my hands full here. But it's maintained pretty well. Red cedar does very well in the elements, and I do have protective finishes on it. I'll explain that in the other video. But it's looking pretty good. You can see the heartwood and sapwood, and I've actually enhanced that with some paint. And it's a redwood stain, and I've got wax here, which I'm going to demonstrate in the other video. So let me show you a couple more sculptures of the, there's mine. You can go to their, it's called Waxhaw Spirit. You can go to their website to learn more about it. It is about the Waxhaw Native American Indian that predated the Cherokee Indians and were here for generations before they were exterminated from this region. Although they are descendants of the Waxhaw who are still here. Very interesting Native American tribe. They actually had flattened foreheads. That was an aesthetic that they liked. So I tried to depict that in this work. Kind of a mother and a child theme of unity and love and happiness. So they actually put, I believe, bags of sand on infants' heads to get that flat look, and that was a more of a hunting look that they liked for just an aesthetic. I mean, there's other cultures that have done that through the ages, but it's very different. So that is Waxhaw Spirit for the town of Waxhaw. This is a popular walking sidewalk. You'll see some people out here this morning either running or walking their dog or walking themselves. And let's try to look for some more sculptures here along the Waxhaw First Sculpture Walk 2024. Hopefully it'll be an annual event for sculptors to apply. Nice sculpted bench here. Don't know if that's part of the sculpture walk though. It looks laser cut steel. That's sweet. Okay, we're walking up and we're going to see another sculpture on the right here. Okay, well here's some signs here. So Fort Mill, Lancaster is not that far. So we're at the edge of South Carolina and North Carolina. Just outside Charlotte, North Carolina. It's a delightful little town filled with arts. Okay, here's another piece from the sculpture walk. It's called Hopper. We've got a lot of deer in this area. Another steel sculpture. There's the artist. You can go to the website and read about the artist and the work. Getting pretty cool photographs with the foggy background. Usually you get sunny days and you get shadows, but I'm going to walk around it so you can see different views. I mean, this is kind of a small for a public sculpture. I guess it's like a size of a fawn. A little dangerous too. Someone could hurt themselves under the antlers or this jagged steel. I think about safety when I do public sculptures, so someone's not going to, play on it and get cut, and then they'll need a tetanus shot because this is rusted metal. So pretty cool use of wire on the metal that frames the negative space and makes it forming the deer. A little small for public art. This is only about 3 feet tall. Okay, we got a nice wandering path by the railroad. We're going to walk up and see if there's any more here. I believe there's one more. It looks like I'm the only sculptor who did not use steel. Pretty azaleas are still in bloom. Like I said, this is a nice walking path. You see birds, you see a mockingbird, a robin up there. Nice little bench. People to enjoy. And you can park your car right up here. It looks like there's a church in service across the street. That's nice. Nice sculpted bicycle. Looks like it's hand forged steel. That's pretty cool. Lock up your bicycle. That's custom made. Cool. Quaint little church with old structures. I don't know if any of them are antebellum, but they're pretty old. Mix of old and new. Pretty soon the fall colors are going to be here. Okay, we got a little bit more walk to the next sculpture, but it's a beautiful day. You can enjoy the azaleas and peaceful scenery. Listen to the sounds of nature. I always like trees that are kind of look like bonsai trees growing. This one's growing on the side of this hill, this pine tree. It's a neat vantage point walking up high over this railroad. Of course, if a train passes here, they're probably not going to hear me even talk. But yeah, I'm inspired by that kind of thing. All right, here's the last sculpture just past these two oak trees. When I was installing in the springtime, there were millions, there were actually billions of these cicadas, and they were making this the sound that was just sound like a siren. And they've since gone back underground, but every 5 years or so they come out in full force. All right, another big steel sculpture. This is quite large. Okay, it looks like a railroad sign, and this is a tribute to the railroad workers, just looking at it. Okay, July 8, 2010. Probably something happened during that date. Nice sculptor signature. Okay, we did this in 2011, probably to memorialize something. Let's take a look and maybe we can read about it and figure it out. Again, cool background with the fog, and it's a very dark sculpture. Let me back up a little bit so you can see the whole thing. There is a road right over here, so I don't want to run over. All right, there's a pretty cool visual of the whole thing. And get some detail shots. Let's see if we can find a title. Okay, who served Waxhaw? Getting back on track. Obviously one of those are the two titles. Okay, I think this is a permanent sculpture, not part of the Waxhaw sculpture walk, because it is obviously a pretty big installation. The other sculptures were, are just temporary here for a year. But I'm going to demonstrate in my next video how to clean a sculpture. You can see the algae growing here. This has been here a while. It has lichen on it and algae, green. Okay, so that stuff can be cleaned up. Okay, but at least it's not rusted. Although there probably is some rusted metal in some parts, but it's been powder coated. Here's some more information here. During the train derailment. Okay, so that happened in 2010. It sounded like an accident happened and the railroad workers saved the day. So that's interesting. That's cool. We commemorate the people who worked here in Waxhaw with the railroad right down here. You got a good bird's eye view, and there is more of the walking path down here. So you can come and see the sculpture walk, Waxhaw sculpture walk, through 2025. I think spring 2025 in Waxhaw, North Carolina. Also, you can watch me. I'll show my sculpture again in next video, and I will demonstrate how I protect it from the elements. This is not bad. The sculpture here. It's a nice, cool, foggy morning, so I'm getting some good shots of it here. I like this video. Drop me a comment. Tell me what you'd like to see on my YouTube channel, Wilson Wildlife Sculpture. I appreciate your support and subscribing and liking and watching my videos. Thanks very much. And watch more, and I'll give you all kinds of insights to my career of sculpting full time for over 30 years. I've been at it for, gosh, like 40 years now. So thanks a lot for your support. Have a great day.